Hi guys, welcome back to another edition of Max and Nicky 1000th Time Reactions,
where we react to a song after listening to it for our 1000th time.
We release 3 videos a day.
Every day.
So please hit that subscribe button.
And ding that post notification bell.
So you don't miss out on all this great content.
Mm-hmm.
We've been absent for a few days because we got a bit busy.
Yes, we had
with some other projects that we're doing.
A show that was kind of a big show that we had, and we had to practice for that. And there are all sorts of things that were sort of interrupting our natural flow of things.
But we're back and doing, as we mentioned, 3 videos a day. So
what are we going to listen to
What
right
are we
now?
going to listen to right now, Nicky?
Well, in honor of Halloween, we'll be listening to Love Potion No. 9 by The Searchers, which is, of course, a cover of the Clovers song, Love Potion No. 9.
That's right. If you're new to the channel, what we like to do here is listen to the song all the way through without stopping. And then afterwards, then we'll talk about it, talk about how we felt and
our reaction,
go into some depth
analysis
about maybe the production and maybe some history about the song if we should know any.
But before we do that, just want to remind you all, as we usually do, that we have another YouTube channel called Max and Nicky, on which we perform oldies tunes like this one. And in fact, we do perform this one, and I'll put the link to that in the description below so you can check that out. We also perform jazz standards and originals in that vein.
And we got comedy videos on there as well. But for right now, let's take a listen to Love Potion No. 9 by The Searchers
for our 1000th time.
Here we go.
I took my troubles down to Madame Rue. You know that gypsy with the gold cap too. She's got a pad down a Petticoat and Vine, selling little bottles of Love Potion No. 9. I told her that I was a flop with chicks. I've been this way since 1956. She looked at my palm and she made a magic sign. She said, what you need is Love Potion No. 9. She bent down and turned around and gave me a wink. She said, I'm gonna make it up right here in the sink. It smelled like turpentine and looked like Indian ink. I held my nose, I closed my eyes, I took a drink. I didn't know if it was day or night. I started kissing everything inside. But when I kissed that cow down on 34th and Vine, he broke my little bottle of Love Potion No. 9. I held my nose, I closed my eyes, I took a drink. I didn't know if it was day or night. I started kissing everything inside. But when I kissed that cow down on 34th and Vine, he broke my little bottle of Love Potion No. 9. Love Potion No. 9. Love Potion No. 9. Love Potion No. 9.
Real catchy tune there.
We're listening to the stereo version of this song, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that this song, you know, there's nothing in the lyrics that refer to anything about Halloween, actually. It's interesting it become a Halloween song because this song could easily be used, as people do, for Valentine's Day, actually, as well. But I guess the idea that there's a potion, you know, that's a very Halloween type of thing, like a witch might.
Gypsy with an old cap
Almost like-
tooth, gold cap
yeah.
tooth. It's almost like she's some kind of witch.
Wait, what's
or
her name
something.
again? It's you know that gypsy with the gold cap tooth? With her,
I took my troubles down to Madame Ruth. You know that gypsy with the gold cap tooth?
Or is it Madame Ruth?
She's got a pad.
Ruth, that's right. Ruth, tooth, yeah. Madame Ruth, yeah. I guess she's kind of supposed to be maybe a witch in this, in a way.
A witchy woman.
A witch-a kind of woman.
But, you know, it's... You know, the Searchers, they've got that sort of mercy beat sound.
Yeah, very Liverpudlian kind of.
It sounds like...
they sound very... Of all the other groups that came out of England during this time, that they sounded the most like the Beatles,
Sure.
I would say. You know, the lead singer definitely has I don't know. It sounds kind of like George Harrison a little bit, actually.
Sort of, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think this might have been their only hit, maybe.
No, they had Needles and Pins as well.
Needles and Pins, okay. But, you know, it's a classic. You know, there's a lot of reverb in this song. The vocals have a lot of reverb. The guitar, the guitar's reverb, even though you're hearing the guitar on the way left, the reverb of the guitar is actually in the center, which is interesting.
I was going to mention...
Because it's the stereo, you can hear the bass a little bit easier than you
can
might normally
right.
on a early to mid-60s
well,
mono
this might
recording.
be I'm not exactly sure, but it might be a remastered version. Now, the bass isn't super present, but you can hear it because it's in stereo. You can hear it as more isolated. Yeah, so you can kind of hear that. I held my nose, I closed my eyes, I took a boom, 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 boom. You can hear that walk up.
Or even better. Like that was it ride cymbal at the end there. It's very present in the right ear there. You know?
Right. But you know what's also interesting is just the style of song makes you think of like a Halloween-y kind of song. You know?
Sure, it's this...
Dun, dun, dun. Dun 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 dun. It kind of sounds like.
Well, I kind of want to go like the way we perform it. I guess Max does these background vocals that kind of give it more of a Halloween feel.
Well, no, but the way this is, it almost sounds like something lurching in the dark. Dun 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 dun. It has
I don't get that feel.
It has a stilted way. It sounds like something you would hear. It sounds like the Munsters thing. How does the Munsters go? I forgot, but
this song is in my head so much right now that I can't.
But it has this, you know, this ghoulish, you know, monster kind of feel.
Sure.
You know, a
It's
lot of
got
these
that
60s, these 60s shows had this kind of sound, you know, for their theme songs. Mm-hmm. You know, it has this. There's a spooky. It's almost like this macabre kind of sound to it. It's almost like that. I feel like the 60s defined what, you know, a macabre kind of musical sound would be. Didn't they? It seems like that.
Well, this song was written in 1959 by Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller, who were famous Brill Building songwriters and producers, and they wrote a lot of hit songs, you know.
But they...
For in the 50s and 60s. I think they initially were writing hit songs for Elvis, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I think maybe. But yes. But I feel like the way they produced this one was a little bit more evocative of that Halloween-y feel, though. Mm-hmm. I think. I haven't heard the Clovers one in a bit, you know. But yeah.
It's a great one to just rock out to.
It's a great one to rock out to. Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot of Halloween songs out there, so be sure to put this one on your playlist.
We'll probably be reacting to a few others in the next few days.
Probably, yeah. We'll definitely listen to Monster Mash by Bobby Boris Pickett.
We might even listen to a more recent one that was performed and written by our sister.
That's right. Which was not originally a Halloween tune, but they remixed it into a Halloween tune. And we'll talk about that later.
Actually, our grandfather, back in the day,
he wrote a song.
He was a
called
kind of an
Spooky,
amateur
Spooky.
songwriter, and he wrote this song called "Spooky Spooky Night," which was a hit song in the St. Louis, Missouri area.
Was it a hit song in the St. Louis, Missouri area?
I think so. In probably like the 30s or 40s, I guess.
Oh, really? That late, huh?
Well, let's think about it. You know,
that early, huh?
He was born in 1908. I imagine.
Well, I mean, that early? Are you sure?
Maybe he was in his 30s or 40s at the time.
Yeah, I guess maybe. Maybe I stand corrected. That kind of macabre kind of sound was defined before then, because I was thinking that in the back of my mind that he wrote this song and it has spooky, spooky night. You know, it has this.
Anyway,
it has this. You know, I don't know. It's interesting how certain songs make you think of
Halloween.
You know, a spookier kind of.
Well, it's interesting because there's certain songs that make you think of Halloween, but there's also...
I'm talking about outside of the lyrics.
Well, right.
I'm talking about just the quality of the song.
Well, and there's certain songs that make you think of Christmas outside of the lyrics. There's a certain quality to things.
Yeah, well, you know what? There is a...
But, you know, well...
There are certain composers, classical composers, that I'm sure were, you know, had this stuff on their mind, like... what's his name? Carl Marie von Weber. Yeah, Weber. He has this thing, Siegfried. Is that what it's called? Oh boy, I forget. But it almost sounds a little bit macabre in a way.
All right.
It's kind of an experimental
anyway,
composer in a way, in my eyes.
Great song. I think that'll do it for this reaction video. Again, if you want to check out our own cover of this song, you can. We'll put the link to that in the description below. If you like what you heard and saw today, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ding that post notification bell to find out about more Max and Nicky reaction videos.
Please keep tuning in.